Now, this is a very momentous occasion for me, this conversation between Spencer Williams and Melvin Van Peebles, because much to the chagrin of the establishment, I actually hold you in very high regards. Many times, in fact, so many times, I wish I had $1 for every time that I was asked to comment on your work with a loaded question, kind of a rhetorical question by certain people in the media, searching for that reaction that they felt would be typical of a revolutionary like myself against the old God. You know, we have 30 some odd years between us. We have a different generation. I can look at your work and see that just like me, you're a brother who was working towards manifesting your vision any way you could by any means necessary. I was doing the same thing, just with a different flavor, if you will, of the times. Because where you had Robeson to look to, who perhaps a collaboration with Robeson would have made your work more controversial and anti-establishment, I was surrounded by my whole generation reacting against the oppression that we were experiencing, especially with the Vietnam War. Now, the censorship that I experienced is relatively similar to the way your film, Blood of Jesus, didn't get its due distribution, partly because you made it outside the system, and also because it wasn't a typical portrayal of how stereotypical confinements of Black life. So, contrary to popular belief, I actually have a lot of respect and admiration for you for doing what you could with what you had in a time that you were. Now, as far as your questions of my using unsimulated sex scenes, well, the attitude I had was, you're damn right. I'm going to give it to you raw. I'm going to give it to you real whenever I can. In the same way, you wanted to give some gospel in a real way. And perhaps your portrayal of a juke joint, which is something we hadn't really seen in cinema before that. So you and I are on the same page in more ways than people can actually imagine. And I'm very happy that we could begin this conversation, and I look forward to hearing from you on your trials and tribulations and making all the work that you did while being a part of a legendary minstrel act. We call it post-minstrel act in Amos and Andy, that very much rooted you in the status quo of Black entertainment.